I want to talk about the concept of time in sobriety, which just blows your mind. Every day that you're sober is another day, but 2 years sober is a WTF. When I never even went more than 2 weeks in a dry January or anytime I was trying to take a break from drinking, I never made it a month, guys. I don't know if this is the same for you. If you've ever tried to do like control your drinking or moderate your drinking, right? I was never a moderation drinker in any way because I was a consistent drinker. I was like, since having kids, just one or two, and then like a binge night on the weekends or something like that, where I would have probably 5 to 7 drinks. Nothing crazy, perfectly normal by most standards. But over the years, there were major heavy periods of drinking and other drug use and cigarettes and toxic relationships and just like full addict behavior. But I mean, I never imagined that I would make it even a month because I had tried, and my friends would be like, when are you going to get back on the sauce? And I would be like, oh, there's actually something I just really want to do. And for me, it was inconceivable to imagine socializing or going to parties or going to anything, restaurants, dinner, anything without drinking, because all my friends drank and my family drank, and that's just normal. You surround yourself with those people with your same interests. And when you're a drinker, your interest is drinking. So that was really a big eye-opener for me when I stopped, was that I made the decision and I haven't looked back because I had to change my mentality about what alcohol meant in my life. So it went from being the joie de vivre, the catalyst for fun, for connecting with other people, for going out and having a good time, for the excuse to leave my body and, distract myself from all sorts of things, right? And just also social obligation. It tied so much of a part into it for me, was the social obligation, because I really felt that people expected it of me to drink, and I expected it of myself as well. And at the end of the day, what you expect of yourself is really the final rule. It's final say in what your actions are. So if you're starting off your sobriety journey, or you're a little bit into it and you're just feeling super overwhelmed, it gets so much easier. But the main thing is that to really be successful and feel happy with sobriety, and that you're not white knuckling it constantly for the long haul, is to change the way that you look at alcohol in your life. So it used to be like alcohol was the reward. Bad day, alcohol. Good day, alcohol. Socializing, alcohol. Family, wedding, walk on the beach, picnic at the park, alcohol. So to change the way that I looked at it, like, this is an opportunity to do something and be completely present, and to be with people and really connect with them on a true level, and to remember it, and to feel better and better and better the longer time goes by, rather than with alcohol, it flips you, right? It's like the worse, you feel worse and worse and worse as time goes by. Alcoholism and alcohol in general is not something that improves with age or time. It is something that drastically plummets in quality as the time goes by. When you start off drinking in the first, stage lifespan of addiction, right? There's the early, middle, and late stage. When you start off, it's amazing. Like, who doesn't love getting blasted? Who doesn't love, like, I remember my first time drinking when I was 13, drinking vodka and orange juice, and the world spinning around, and just that comfort of feeling so calm in your body. Whereas when you are prone to addiction, you're uncomfortable in your own skin. You might be anxious, you might be depressed, you might be all sorts of things. And the second those toxins hit your body, it makes you feel so comfortable and stress-free, which you may not be used to. And it may feel like such a relief washing over you. And I really want to just reiterate that I never thought that I would make it like a month, let alone 2 years. So you need to be ready for that change. But the main thing that I worked on was just being like, I'm done with alcohol. Alcohol is no longer the reward. It's not the benefit. It's not bringing positives to my life. I would have it and I would feel worse than I did before. So I started to pay attention to that. And that was the sober curious phase, which lasted probably a year to a year and a half before I actually stopped. That is a phenomenal place to be, because it's always the discomfort and the uncomfortable phase before the change happens. And that needs to be the catalyst for change, especially for long haul change. So stick with it. If this is day one or the first month or the first week, it's one day at a time, but I really encourage you to look and read stories and read sober memoirs and absorb information about how it gets easier as time goes on, but also how all alcohol is the liar and is tricking you into thinking that you need it for everything, whereas you don't. You really, really don't. I promise you that. You will be so much happier without it. And this is not coming from a place of ego or I'm better than you. It's coming from a place of like, I want to help you because I am you. So I hope you guys have a great Sober Wednesday. I highly recommend sticking with this program. And right now I'm reading the Matthew Perry book. He tragically, relapsed and died after he wrote this memoir, but it is a sobriety memoir. Consume as much content as you can to help you on your journey.